Big January move. Fabrizio Romano confirms Tottenham's aggressive push for Antoine Semenyo with the £65 million clause ready to be triggered. Welcome back to Tottenham News Today channel. Tottenham have shifted into top gear in their pursuit of Antoine Semenyo, with Fabrizio Romano confirming that the North London club are now working aggressively behind the scenes to land the Bournemouth winger when the January transfer window opens. This is not casual interest. This is a full-scale operation. Spurs have identified Semenyo as a priority attacking reinforcement and are prepared to move decisively, with sources indicating the club are ready to activate the £65 million release clause written into the Ghanaian's contract the moment the window goes live. Romano has made it clear the situation is escalating fast. With less than 2 weeks until January, Tottenham have intensified contacts and internal discussions, fully aware that hesitation could cost them the deal. Semenyo's name is circulating heavily across the Premier League, with Manchester United and Manchester City both monitoring the forward closely. However, Spurs believe they hold a crucial advantage. Unlike the Manchester clubs, Tottenham can offer Semenyo something far more appealing than rotation minutes or long-term promises immediate protagonism. At Spurs, Semenyo would arrive as a central figure in the attack, trusted to start games, decide matches, and carry responsibility. In Manchester, that pathway is far less certain. Romano stressed that while several clubs are circling, Tottenham's approach stands out for its intensity and clarity. The message from N17 is simple. They want Semenyo, they are willing to pay the full clause, and they are ready to act without drawn-out negotiations with Bournemouth. The 25-year-old's form this season has only amplified the urgency. Semenyo has been one of the Premier League's most explosive wide players, combining raw pace, physical dominance, and end product. 7 goals and 3 assists in just 15 league appearances underline his impact, while his ability to stretch defences has earned him a reputation as one of the fastest and most dangerous wingers in the division. Spurs are also working on the outgoing side of the equation. Brennan Johnson has emerged as a genuine target for Bournemouth, a development that could smooth the path for Semenyo's arrival and help Spurs rebalance their attacking options. While not directly linked, the interest adds another layer of intrigue to a deal already moving at speed. The decision now rests with the player. Semenyo is aware of the interest, the money on the table, and the different sporting projects being presented to him. Tottenham believe their proposal speaks louder than any rival. Romano's message is unmistakable. Tottenham are not waiting, not hesitating, and not bluffing. They are prepared to do whatever it takes to bring Antoine Semenyo to North London. Spurs are preparing to shake the European transfer market with an audacious move for Inter Milan defensive leader Alessandro Bastoni, a name now sitting firmly at the top of the club's wishlist as plans are drawn up to transform the back line. At just 26, Bastoni is already viewed across Europe as one of the most complete centre-backs in the modern game. Dominant in duels, calm under pressure, and exceptional in possession, the Italian international has become a cornerstone of Inter's success and a symbol of elite-level defending. Spurs believe he could be the man to redefine their defence and finally give them the authority at the back they have lacked against the continent's biggest sides. Behind the scenes, enthusiasm for the deal is sky high. Sources close to the situation suggest Fabio Paratici is obsessed with the idea of bringing Bastoni to North London, seeing him as the kind of elite signing capable of changing Tottenham's status overnight. Paratici knows the player well, understands his profile, and is convinced Bastoni has everything required to thrive in the Premier League. However, Spurs are far from alone. Chelsea are also circling, fully aware that opportunities to sign defenders of Bastoni's calibre do not come around often. This is shaping up to be a heavyweight Premier League battle, with Tottenham determined not to be outmuscled when a truly world-class target becomes available. For Spurs, this is about more than squad depth. The club hierarchy know that if Tottenham are serious about closing the gap on Europe's elite, they must start signing players who are already proven at the highest level. Bastoni fits that brief perfectly. He brings leadership, tactical intelligence, and big game experience qualities that simply cannot be coached overnight. Convincing the player will be the real test. Bastoni has no shortage of options and could walk into the starting 11 of almost any top club in Europe. Tottenham must sell him a vision, a central role, long-term ambition, and the chance to become the defensive cornerstone of a resurgent project in England's most demanding league. Inter Milan, meanwhile, have no intention of letting their defensive jewel go cheaply. Bastoni is tied to the club, valued internally as irreplaceable, and any deal would require a massive financial commitment. Spurs would likely need to stretch their budget to the limit, potentially entering record fee territory for a defender. Yet the lure of the Premier League remains powerful. For Bastoni, a move to England would represent the ultimate challenge, faster, tougher, more relentless than anything Serie A can offer. Tottenham believe that challenge, combined with Paratici's persistence, could tilt the balance. This is a deal loaded with difficulty, competition, and risk. But Spurs are thinking big, and Alessandro Bastoni is the kind of statement signing that could change everything. Tottenham have stepped up their January planning, with direct contact now made over a potential move for Atletico Madrid midfielder Conor Gallagher, as the England international edges closer to a decisive crossroads in his career. The 25-year-old has endured a frustrating campaign in La Liga, slipping down Diego Simeone's pecking order and finding himself on the fringes far more often than expected. Gallagher has started only a handful of domestic and European fixtures, a situation that has sparked serious reflection behind the scenes and prompted conversations about what comes next. Sources close to the situation indicate that Gallagher has now accepted that a January exit is the best solution, with Tottenham among several Premier League clubs already sounding out his representatives. Spurs see him as an ideal fit for the intensity and tempo of English football, a relentless, high-energy midfielder who knows the league inside out and would not need a lengthy adaptation period. With the World Cup looming next summer, the former Chelsea man knows that warming the bench in Spain could be fatal to his international ambitions. His camp have been in dialogue with England manager Thomas Tuchel and senior figures within the national setup, who have made it clear that Gallagher remains firmly in contention, but only if he is playing week in, week out. Spurs are well aware of the stakes and believe they can offer Gallagher exactly what he needs: minutes, responsibility, and a central role in a demanding Premier League environment. Despite the growing noise, Gallagher is not burning bridges in Madrid. He remains settled in the Spanish capital and still believes he can make a long-term success of his Atletico career. For that reason, a loan move is emerging as the most realistic scenario, a short-term escape route that benefits all parties while keeping his future options wide open. Competition is intense and the race is gathering pace with every passing week. From Tottenham's perspective, Gallagher ticks multiple boxes. He brings leadership, tactical discipline, and relentless work rate attributes Spurs have often lacked during difficult spells this season. Crucially, he would arrive with a point to prove, driven by both personal ambition and international pressure. As January approaches, the situation is heating up rapidly. Gallagher wants clarity. Clubs want movement, and Tottenham are positioning themselves to strike if the door fully opens. This is one to watch closely because when England hopes, elite ambition and Premier League demand collide, decisions tend to come fast. That's all for today's update. If you enjoyed this video and want to stay up to date with everything Tottenham, make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss a story. Don't forget to drop a like and share this video with other Spurs fans. Together we can keep growing the Tottenham News Today community. Thanks for watching, and as always, come on you Spurs!